Hope y'all don't mind a little music. This is Warpath. Be advised we have additional choppers from the 160.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you Chapter 5 in my Homefront Guerrilla difficulty video walkthrough. And this level's called Heartland. And it's a pretty big level. It's also a considerable change of pace to the ones you've been playing, so it does mix it up pretty well. And we're going through the rural areas here. And right now, the camera, what's happening here is I've put my pad down, and as anybody knows who watches my videos, my pad is getting knackered these days, so both my analogs ambiently stray when you leave them, because they've had some hammer, and right there, I must have been having a drink or something, and I didn't realise, but as the conversation's happening, my dude's just looking slowly away from where it is, and I thought it was kind of funny, but the best thing to do here is where I'm stood there is a car and there's a box. Use them for cover because once the shit hits the fan, these fucking hillbillies are all going to start shooting at you. So you can get Burt Reynolds and Deliverance on their ass and hopefully win. The only problem is they give you a SCAR light machine gun with an ACOG on it. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not the biggest fan of the ACOGs because I struggle to see people with them because there's so much fucking ACOG on the screen I can't see the screen. It's like I can't see the forest for the trees kind of stuff, so the start of this gunfight, it looks pretty grim because I'm getting my ass kicked and I can't see anybody because these enemies do blend in a little bit better than the other ones because this is a little bit more colourful than the lovely greys, browns and all that kind of shit of the previous levels. But just keep your distance, take them slowly, you know, fire your gun in bursts so you can maintain accuracy, and just don't rush it because if you rush this section you will get railed and there's nothing you can do about it. Excuse me. Don't switch to your submachine gun at this range. It'll still work. It'll just not be as effective as this beast will. And I would rather have the iron sights to this piece of shit scope. I really would. And one thing to know as well, you can't wallbang people on this game. This is not like Battlefield or Call of Duty. You cannot shoot through walls at all. So don't even try. The best thing to do is, as soon as you see somebody pop out, just try and hit whatever limb you can and take them down, and just be wary of that house next to that windmill because there's a couple of guys on the top floor, and if you push into the house they will kill you really quickly because the AI know where you are at all times, so you very rarely get the jump on them. But anyhow, I switch out that piece of shit scope for a lovely red dot, and I should actually start being pretty useful now with my M4. So there's a dude up on that balcony that you can see me clipping there, and I kill him finally. Oh no, I don't, or is that his buddy? I can't tell. But keep shooting into those guys. Push forward, and if you start getting shot, it's generally a sign that there's still dudes. There we go. So I'll get into cover then while I'm reloading. That was pretty sloppy. I could have died, but I got lucky. And he's up there. My buddy's managed to hit him, to wing him, so I can finish him off. And I see that dude in the red shirt. No idea what he's doing. If that had been Call of Duty, I could have just gone straight through the window ledge. And right there is another magical teleportation and gun swap, because that guy killed me in that house, and I couldn't find a better point to make the cut for the edit, so unfortunately there's another jarring transition there, so I do apologise about that, guys, but nothing you can do sometimes. But you'll notice now I run around and I try finding decent weapons, because I've got two guns that have nothing but iron sights, and for how good the iron sights on these games are, the reticles are better when you've got an optic on it, I really believe. I'm a red dot man myself. The only real game where I stray away from that is probably Black Ops, because some of the iron sights on Black Ops are better than the optics, and it's generally kind of rare. I mean, Call of Duty 4, I very rarely used iron sights unless it was the AK-47 or the MP5, but for the most part these days, I just really like the red dot. So let's have a look. And this section is where this level diversifies a little bit, because what's going to happen is you're going to be stealthing through this farm with Mr. Reznov and Uncharted 2 lady, and he's going to be telling you who to kill, who not to kill, and do exactly as he says. When he says move up, move up. When he says, you know, follow, follow. When he says stop behind this tractor, stop behind the tractor. And the reason I'm saying that is because the game will fail you, and it will instantly, like, you'll fail and you'll have to restart. So it's best not to, you know, get funny and start shooting everybody, because I don't think you can. I think it just penalises you. And it's easier this way because you have a lot less dudes to kill. And it's kind of interesting because it develops the storyline a little bit, and it develops the fact that these survivalists, as they're called, have pretty much lost all their humanity as far as as war comes and morals and everything, because these guys are doing some pretty despicable things. And it's the game's way of showing you that who is the enemy now, because it's been so long. It's like the colours have blurred. It's not so black and white anymore. There's a shit ton of grey, and it's a cool design choice from a narrative point of view. But the level itself feels a little slow, but I definitely think it's one of the better ones. Because I don't know what this sniper rifle is, but it looks a little bit like the Intervention. And it's a really fun rifle to use. I especially like when you fire it how he rechambers the bolt. That looks awesome. So just keep following this dude. Listen to what he says. And right there, he's pointed out a dude in the tower. So this is probably going to be your first victim. And I don't think you can hold your breath with the rifles in this game. So unfortunately, you're going to get a little bit of idle sway. And as long as you hit them in the torso, or anywhere around that area, they will die. I think it might even be a one-shot kill in the leg, but I wouldn't try it because chances are you'll fuck up, an alarm will sound and it'll fail you. But yeah, these people have absolutely no situational awareness whatsoever. Their periphery vision must be so shit, because they literally walk yards from you and they just don't see anything. So on one hand, it's really cool because you can stealth this mission rather simply. On another hand, it completely takes all the challenge out. It's like if this was on Sniper Ghost Warrior, then the first guy would have seen us all and we would have been fucked for the rest of the level, because that game was just broken if anybody played that piece of shit. There we go, a bit more dialogue, a bit more chilling behind skips, because that's what we do in Homefront. We like to sit behind the bins because we're cool. And as soon as he starts moving, move your ass. You don't have to crouch, I don't think. I don't think you have to make yourself in any stealthy profile. I just think you have to follow his path, and if you deviate from it, that's probably when trouble occurs. But this level does kind of lull you into a false sense of security, because this stealthiness and all this is easy. It's really easy. And then you get to the actual gunfight later on, and it kind of kicks your ass because there's a ton of cover, there's tons of angles. It ain't easy compared to some of the gunfights. It's a lot more challenging. And I do enjoy this level. It's just the end of this level is pure bullshit. Because if you're wondering, if you're just joining this guide, Chapter 5 is the hardest level on Homefront, and I don't care what you say, because you're wrong if you think elsewhere. If you think otherwise, sorry, losing my words. And it's not this, it's not all this area here. It begins when you have to go inside a church on your own. That is pretty much the beginning of the end. Because when you're infiltrating the church on your own, you can die so quickly, and the checkpoint is horrific. And then after that, there is the section where you have to run to the chopper, which is, yeah, that chopper section. My God, my God. Look at it like this. Here's a nice little movie metaphor for you. If the getting to the chopper section was the same section of Arnie in Predator, where he had to get to the chopper after he killed the Predator, Arnie wouldn't have lived. The Predator would have got his skull, he would have sailed back to, you know, Predator land, and he would be fucking hosing it down and putting it on his shelf. That is how that film would have drastically changed if it was this game. But, little side note here, do not shoot any other gun other than this sniper rifle, because a habit I've got into by playing games, because I played a lot, is I'm impatient. I'm constantly wanting to do stuff, so when we're walking in these moments like now, I'll fire a bullet off, and I'll do that over and over. I'll fire a bullet, I'll reload, I'll fire a bullet, I'll reload, because I just like watching the animations, and if you do that in that section we were just in, you will fail. I failed there. It was hilarious, but it happens. Anyhow, you push up onto this section, as you can see, and all this is now is a case of following Mr. Reznov again, sneaking through these fields. And you're going to be listening to a bunch of the survivalists who are making a Korean soldier dig his own grave, and then they shoot him and things like that. And then there's going to be like a farmhouse where there's a sentry that patrols the upper tier, and you have to shoot him through the window. And then when you go on the other side of the farmhouse, there's another sentry that you have to shoot. But once you've done both of those, the first part of Chapter 5 is pretty much done. So there he is in the window. Only shoot him when it says eliminate. If you shoot him before, you will fuck up. This game is such a stickler on those kind of details. It's unbelievable. There's at the end of this area where you have to you're sniping while your buddy's going to the area where they get to the chopper thing, where they have to hijack it. And what you do is you're shooting dudes as Reznov tells you, and the first guy walks along like the top of these propane tanks or something like that, and he says on the game, okay, take him out. And as soon as he said that, I shoot the guy in the face, and it fails me on shooting the wrong person. And it turns out you've got to wait a second for it to go from pointing him out to saying eliminate. And if it doesn't say eliminate, if you take the shot, you will fail. It's stupid, it's broken, it's bullshit, but it's Homefront, unfortunately. So right now, keep following Told Reznov, the imaginary man, the Brad Pitt of gaming. And up there you see wait, that's another sentry. I think I'm looking at the wrong window. Yeah, I was. And there he is, eliminate. So now you can shoot him. And then just keep following this dude. But we're coming to the end of the first part of Heartland. Don't worry if you think it looks easy. This level gets increasingly difficult towards the end. So much so it blows off the bullshit-ometer. And I'll see you in that video and hopefully help you get past that section. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for taking the time to like and rate and favourite and all that crazy stuff. And if you're new and you're subscribing, you're a legend and you'll be seeing your name in lights very shortly. But once again, you guys take care now.